Guys and dolls, no mic in, but I know you can hear me alright. I'm just checking the sound in this, so I am as well. As it's been playing up the last wee while. And I don't know if it was because of the Wi-Fi, the part of the house I was in. I don't know, so I will be looking into it. But I've got the other phone. I will be coming live tonight. Totally exhausted yesterday. Headed into Belfast yesterday afternoon in Tigers Bay. Just done in, absolutely done in. Got home, lay down on the couch, and that was me out, you know what I mean? By the time I woke up, it was pissing down, dogs needed out, you know what I mean? It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. But I think it was everything catching up on me, to be honest with you guys. No doubt about it, you know what I mean? Sometimes I think I'm like one of them batteries, one of them, I'm not going to say the name, I'm not going to promote anything on my channel, but you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, just I needed that sleep, so I did. Then woke up half the night with the rain. So hope you're all good. Hope you're all good. I'm going to throw some wee bits and pieces up, so I am, as we're walking around here. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll turn you around. There you go. Come on, guys. Come on, let's go. So as you can see, the dogs have settled in well, and yeah, happy days. Everything's happy days. But yeah, I'm going to throw some stuff up, guys. Just little bits and pieces that's going on. I'll let you have a read at that. And some of the reactions, what's going on around Belfast, you know. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot of stuff that I don't bring, you know. Like, you know, I ended up watching Epping last night, just to keep, because I missed out on all that because I was traveling. But I've caught up with everything I need to catch up with. And yeah, this is what I mean, guys. You know, you take 24 hours, 48 hours off the internet, and it's nuts. It is nuts. Like, there's no two ways about it. It's very, very strange. Very strange. What a difference 48 hours, 24 hours makes in our country these days. You know, it's, you know, some of the statistics I'm looking at these at yesterday and this morning. Like, it's crazy, you know what I mean? Like, 70%, like, I'm sure I should write these things down, but 70% of one migrant hotel were responsible for 40% of crimes or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, this crazy number. This is a crazy number of people who we've given asylum to, who we've opened our doors to forcibly, like, without being asked, right? We've just been told this is what's happening, put up with it. And you know, they get given hotels when we've got our men and women and drug users and alcoholics who are on the street, you know. Because it's so easy to go on the street nowadays. It's so easy to lose benefits that you're entitled to because of mental health. You know, because of alcoholism and drug abuse, where people don't keep up with their appointments, or they don't know how to use the internet properly because it's all done through the email. You know, and they don't have NGOs helping them, you know what I mean? So in most cases, these people just give up. They give up and they hit the streets and they beg, and that's how they survive. They rely on generosity of the public to help them out, and that was always a common thread. And it wasn't this, you know, people, you don't need to really look into it too much, guys, about mental health and homelessness and what it's all about. For us, you know, I'll turn you around. For us, it's like, it's never been hard to work out. It's, you know, it is always down to, you know, mental health. And even you get, like, there was always cases of men, like, falling out with their wives, or, you know, giving the house to the wife and the kid, and then they end up homeless, you know what I mean? Or men who lose their jobs and they just don't know what to do, and stuff like that. And that was what it was about. And then they would hit the drink or whatever. So that was our homelessness. Common thread was mental health, alcoholism, and drug abuse, and then, you know, not being able to use the system the way the system should be used, not getting help from people to get the benefits that they should be getting, that would then give them the housing benefit that they would be entitled to get a wee flat somewhere, so they end up in the streets begging, And never once did anybody think to give these people hotel rooms or have a couple of hotels dotted around the country and think, well, listen, we can help these guys out, giving them a bed, especially coming over winter time and stuff like that. But here we are today with our generosity, giving these young fighting age men, who most cases have been involved in violence in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria and all these other places that are come from Pakistan. And in quite a lot of cases, as I've said in my videos, because of the traditions in Pakistan and Afghanistan with boy play and 9 out of 10 street kids being raped on the streets of Pakistan, and then the boy play in Afghanistan where they're into the wee boys and all that. Them wee boys are now adults coming over to here with mental health issues, you know what I mean? And, that's not my concern or my daughter's concern. I don't think any of our children should be put at risk because of other people's cultures. That's one thing I'm going to say. Yes, you don't need to talk to me about childhood abuse, you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is we're Northern Ireland, we've got our own problems, and I'll always go back to that. I'm going to look after our own people before anybody else, and that's who I am and what I'm about. End of story. Call me far right racist all you want, but I care about my country, my culture, my traditions, my religion, and the people coming after me who need to live in this country after I'm gone. That's what matters to me and me only, and that's it in a nutshell, guys. So with that, we have these men in these hotels, and the percentage of these men committing crimes on the streets around these hotels is phenomenal. And people need to start doing freedom of information requests. And the thing is as well, we're now in a situation where the government aren't charging these men. They aren't investigating these crimes because they know the stats would come out and show that what's going on is wrong on so many levels, not just for me, my child, but you and your children and your grandchildren. And that's what the government are hiding. That's what the government are hiding right now. And that's why you get stuff like this in Northern Ireland, because we can see what the government are doing. We've got the experience of the last 15, 20 years, the luxury that you did not have in England, Ireland, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on in Ireland. They're just like super fast. It's like something's going on there that's unprecedented, and the Irish people are being overwhelmed really quickly. It's like the EU have got complete control, and you can see it just the way everything's working. The iPass centres, the way they're building these camps, and just craziness, all boom, really fast. There's no people coming in coaches, and then you're seeing people coming in coaches. It's crazy. You walk into Dublin, you walk around any of the cities, and you're like, wow. You're like blown away. This is not the Ireland I know. This is not the Ireland the Irish know. You know what I mean? And that's a problem, because I know the Irish, because they're not much different than us. They're not much different than us. They're no much different than the British, and I know it's not going to end well, and it's not going to end well for the government, but they are going to cheat. There's something going. They're going to try and do something. Sinn Féin's got something up their sleeve, guys. I'm telling you now, because they're too cocky and confident. They're destroying their country from inside. People on the streets are shouting Sinn Féin traitors, Sinn Féin traitors. Thousands and thousands and thousands of Irishmen, every YouTube, every TikTok, all Sinn Féin traitors. So why are they so confident? Are they bringing that many people in that they're confident that these people are going to vote for them? I don't know. But like I say, 48 hours, and the life of a patriot in 48 hours, like, it's crazy. Being offline for a few days or a couple of days, it's unbelievable. When you go back, you pick all your favourite YouTubers and you go back 3 days and you start watching, you start looking at the titles, start picking videos that you want to watch. It blows you away. It makes you realise how serious the situation is, because most days are online every day. These are just taking it in every day. It's almost like these are getting used to it. You're getting acclimatised to it, guys, you know what I mean? It's not until you go offline for a few days and then you take stock of what's just happened in 24 hours, 48 hours or 72 hours that you realise things are really, really bad in our countries. With that, I'm going to leave it to you and let you ponder and do your research. like Tommy Robinson says, you've just got to put in crimes, sexual crimes or whatever, by asylum seekers, and pick a city. Just pick a city, guys. You know, things are bad. Things are going to get worse. There's more and more coming in, as we see with the Afghanistanis. You know, like I said in my live, these guys are spies. You know, if I was working for MI5, would my guys be calling me spies? Would they call me a spy? No, they'd call me a rat. They'd call me a grass. I've had it. I've fucking had it, you know what I mean? And it's not fucking nice. It is not nice. So, you know, yeah, that's what I see there. I see a lot of bad men coming to our country. And, you know, a lot of family, cousins, nephews, aunts, and all. You're talking hundreds of family members coming with each person. You know, I bet your bottom dollar. You do your research, you know what I mean? There's figures out there that'll blow your mind. You know me, I don't contain the figures, I just contain the information and bring you in a logical way. That's Freedom Dad's way. You know, I rely on you to know that I'm not going to bullshit yous or tell yous any lies or make shit up just to entertain yous or for whatever reason. You know, I don't get no entertainment out of this, even though this isn't for entertainment and educational purposes only. I don't get no entertainment out of this myself, guys. You know, this is one of the hardest, most scariest things I've ever done in my life. You know what I mean? And they say I rob banks on my own. You know, come on, let's go. But no, nothing comes close to this. It's there's so many arms and legs comes off. It's just unbelievable. And like everybody says to me, so many things you could be doing right now, Sparky. So many things you could be doing, not just online, offline, whatever. You know, because I'm not stupid. But the thing is, this is my country. I can see how good things are where I am right now, and I want it to stay. And if I don't speak up now, and if we don't speak up now, people don't get up off their seats and say enough is enough. We don't want that, and we don't want that. And I think you should sort that out because it's not fair on the people that live in that country. Then I don't think we'd be very much, we could call ourselves men if we just sit there and go, well, it's not around me right now. You know, I'm quite sure my daughter and my son and whoever will sort it out, you know, because they won't. You know, as our grandchildren go forward, as our kids go forward, you know, I do believe they're going to be weaker because of the way they've been brought up. You know, how many of your kids know how to hunt? How many of your kids know how to fish? What would they do if the internet and the power went out like that? What would you do? What would our kids do? Imagine we are not here and the internet and the Wi-Fi goes out. No internet, no electric. You know, no fridges, nothing. How long do you think it would be chaos? You know, that's just to give you an idea of how bad things could go and how vulnerable our children are. Never mind with the mix of mass immigration and the influx of Islam. But I'm going to leave it at that. I can hear another dog and I got 3 off the lead. So, and Boy's not the friendliest of dogs, so he's not. But yeah, guys, there's our ramblings, you know what I mean? Missed yous last night. Going to go live tonight, get a wee chat with yous. And yeah, have a good day, and as always, God bless.